7 ways to better support people struggling with their mental health. Share on Pinterest. How being a hotline operator taught me how to listen and support. I've been an operator for the LGBT National Hotline for almost 1 year now, and it has been one of the most incredible experiences of my life. You can support your community, too. Here are lessons from the hotline I use with my community and network. 1. Affirmation is the most powerful thing. Whether it is affirming that it is okay to be queer, trans, or both, affirmation is a powerful gift. Many callers don't get that from anyone else. I know because they tell me. I spent one call just reaffirming a caller's gender identity over and over again, like a mantra, and they'd ask if it was too much to reaffirm them again. It was never too much. It is also never too much to use that same practice of repeated affirmation with friends and partners to affirm who they are, or who they are becoming, and their unquestionable worth. Just as is happening around the country, as I know from the hotline, my queer and trans friends are experiencing increased levels of hatred and discrimination even in more accepting areas. And many more of my friends are struggling with suicidal thoughts. In the face of that, there is simply no limit to the positive reinforcement that I am ready to provide to callers and friends. 2. Telling someone it is okay not to know how they identify can be an eye-opener. Callers often ask if having certain feelings makes them gay, queer, or trans, and telling them that both orientation and gender identity are a spectrum can be an eye-opener. Many callers are certain that they must either be straight or gay, cisgender or transgender with nothing in between and no room for fluidity. Letting them know it is a spectrum, and that taking on the label of queer or trans is something they can use for themselves if it is something that feels good for them can lead to the caller's palpable relief. It is not saying they are not queer or trans, or both, but that they can feel free to encounter, explore, and engage with that on their own terms, not anyone else's. I also find myself telling friends that it is okay not to know, whether it is orientation or gender identity. Giving yourself space to reflect on it over time can be challenging but empowering. As I myself have moved from identifying as questioning to lesbian to queer, I wish I had someone telling me about a spectrum and that not knowing was okay during my process. I now pay that forward with my callers and friends. 3. Listening is paramount. Sometimes callers just need to talk and will even preface the call with the fact that they just need someone to listen. Letting them talk is so important, as often other people in their lives refuse to listen. One time a caller even asked me to cry with them. We just cried together, and that time was precious. I also use this with friends. Before the hotline, I feel the urge to jump in, to try to give advice, to attempt to solve the problem myself. Now I know it is just as, if not more, important to listen. Active listening is an art, but it is easy to cultivate if you dedicate the time. As I've learned from the hotline, it is about letting the speaker talk and making a small noise or affirming sound to let them know you're listening, present, and taking in what they're saying. Sometimes it is letting silence hang in case they're thinking something through. But if the silence hangs too long, you can ask a question based on what they've said, such as asking what they might do for themselves. Whether it is carving out more space to think, reaching out to a support network, or breaking a pattern of suicidal thoughts through a distracting activity, asking what they might do can help them. 4. Focus on what they deserve, not your reaction to their experience. When callers share with me the types of discrimination, hatred, and rejection they're facing, like slurs from parents or violence at the hands of strangers, I say, per my training and per my heart, I am so sorry, you don't deserve that. It is important to move from an I am sorry to what the callers themselves deserve, with the callers as the subject of that sentence. Everyone deserves respect and unconditional love. Reminding people of this almost always results in a positive reaction. With friends and partners, I similarly try to move from my anger to my friends' worth. My friends are the ones who are important and worthy of being lifted up. Especially in situations where there is no action step with respect to what they went through, focusing on what they deserve can be a way to reinforce their worth without minimizing what they've experienced. 5. Focus on comfort and safety levels. Callers, as one might expect, often ask for direct advice, when to come out, if they should come out, who they should come out to, if they should leave a relationship, or if they should stay in a relationship. On the hotline, we don't give advice, with the exception of safer sex advice, so responses to direct questions might seem difficult. But the hotline has trained me to respond with, "Your comfort and safety are most important." Thinking about comfort and safety helps callers put themselves first in the equation. It has also helped me, as a queer person, to prioritize myself and encourage those in my network and community to do the same. When I listen to friends talk about experiences and they ask me if they should take a certain action step, I bring it back to their comfort and safety and move from there.